In the heart of the Aurès, where the mountains overlook the plain and every spring becomes a promise, an ancient city once bore the name of Lamasba. The centuries have almost erased its streets, its houses, and its voices. But the land has not forgotten everything. Beneath the stones, across the fields and along the ancient paths of water, its memory remains. Lamasba was not merely a group of dwellings built below the Belezma mountains. It was an organized community of farmers, craftsmen, families and officials responsible for the common life of the city. In its streets, around its houses and public buildings, Lamasba lived according to the rhythms of work, trade, and the seasons. Yet all this life depended on a fragile resource, water. It had to be brought down from the heights, guided through channels, and delivered to gardens, orchards, and grain fields. In this land of light and drought, water could not be left to chance. It descended from the mountains, followed the slope, crossed the stone and entered a network patiently built by human hands. Every small channel extended the spring. Every canal connected the mountain to the cultivated land. Wherever the water passed, life could take root. Yet knowing how to guide the water was not enough. The people also had to learn how to share it. The elders taught the young the necessary gestures, observing the current, opening a sluice, calculating the length of a water turn, and identifying the plot that was to be irrigated. A child learned that one turn could not begin before the previous one had ended, and that it too must end so the water could continue towards another field. In this way, technique became discipline. The canal did not belong to one person alone. Everyone depended upon it, and everyone had to contribute to its maintenance. When mud slowed the current, when storms displaced the stones, or when a wall collapsed, the community gathered. Some cleared the earth. Others rebuilt the banks. Each person brought strength, tools, and experience. Water revealed an essential truth: no field could prosper for long if the neighboring field was deprived of its rightful share. But oral memory and established habits were not always enough. When a resource is scarce, the slightest delay, dispute, or injustice can destroy the balance. A recognized rule was therefore needed, precise enough to protect the rights of each person, and strong enough to preserve peace within the community. Officials, landowners, and users of the water gathered to establish this common order. They examined the plots, the paths of the canals, and the duration of irrigation. They defined the turns, the priorities, and the obligations. Neither power nor wealth was to divert the current for the benefit of one person alone. Water had to follow a measure accepted by all. From this deliberation emerged a true hydraulic pact. An organization in which receiving water also meant accepting the duty to pass it on. So that the rule might survive those who had established it, it was entrusted to stone. The stonecutter transformed the words of the assembly into a lasting inscription. Beneath the hammer and chisel, decisions became lines, numbers, and markers intended to cross the centuries. The famous Lamasba table celebrates neither a battle nor the glory of a conqueror. It records a more ordinary concern, but one no less fundamental: the organization of water among cultivated lands. The surviving indications refer to plots, durations, and the order of distribution. They reveal a society capable of measuring a natural resource, regulating its use and placing the commitments of each citizen within the public record. This stone is more than an archaeological document. It is the material trace of a collective intelligence. It reminds us that almost 18 centuries ago, the people of this region already understood that water required technique, law, and moral responsibility. Today, the landscape has changed. The ancient buildings have disappeared, the old canals are not always visible, and vegetation has covered some of the remains. Yet the land is still cultivated. Water still crosses the fields. People remain dependent upon the seasons, the springs, and the rain. In the scattered stones, the rural paths and the plots extending below the mountains, something of Lamasba continues silently to inhabit the present. At a time when drought is becoming more severe and every drop is recovering its value, the message of Lamasba speaks to us with renewed force. Technology can guide water. But only justice can share it. And only responsibility can pass it on. The centuries passed. Other buildings, other generations and other names occupied this land. Where Lamasba once organized the law of water, Merouana now continues the human history of the same plain, beneath the gaze of the same mountains. From the ancient earth, a new name emerges. But the memory it carries is older than the name itself. Lamasba has not entirely disappeared. It remains in the stone, in the water and in the memory of Merouana. Water does not belong to us. It is entrusted to us.